In this video, I'll be comparing Creed Himalaya, which is about $300, to PACO Rabanne's $35 XS. I'll see you in the video if you're interested. Hello and welcome if you're new to this channel. I'm Peter from Central, and on this channel we talk about fragrances. So if you love fragrances or just want to smell great, consider subscribing. And now, let's get trailing. Creed doesn't need much introduction, but just in case, it is a multinational fragrance house from London, England, established in the 1760s. Today, Creed is owned by BlackRock Incorporated, which acquired them, I think, in end of 2019, beginning of 2020. BlackRock owns the majority in the company. Olivier Creed and his son still own a stake in the company. Creed has an amazing lineup with fragrances like Green Irish Tweed from 1985 and Aventus in 2010. There are many more, but those are some really noteworthy ones that most people know. I also have a playlist if you're interested in some Creed fragrances. I will link it in the cards above if you want to know more about the company and some other fragrances. Creed Himalaya was launched in 2002 by his son Erwin and Olivier Creed. This fragrance is inspired by the Tibetan mountain expeditions. The climbers used to carry canteens, and the silver is reminiscent of the snow-capped mountains and the icy rock found on the Tibetan mountains. In Himalaya, there are many notes, such as grapefruit, bergamot, mandarin to kind of mellow the top. Then you have pink berries, nutmeg, cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, pepper in the middle, and also signature ambergris, musk, tonka at the base of the fragrance. I'm going to list all the fragrances, and as we go through PACO Rabanne XS, I'm going to put it on the other side so we can compare them in just a little while to see how close they are with each other. Today I wore Himalaya on one side and I wore XS on the other. And what I remember from wearing Himalaya all day is that it has a quick and sharp opening at the beginning, which dries down pretty quickly into a creamy, elegant, soft fragrance. A little bit different than the PACO Rabanne. I say we give Himalaya a spray real quick to just kind of refresh it a little bit. This is a truly beautiful scent that lasts on my skin about 6 to 8 hours. And the projection is not the best. It's probably about elbow wide, maybe just a little bit past it. It's not too big, which makes this one a great scent that I could wear all year round. I mean, it's a little cooler outside already, and I wore it today and it was fine. I caught little beautiful whiffs of it all day long, and I think this one would wear just fine in the heat as well. But okay, so here we don't want to talk too much about one fragrance since we're going to compare the two. Let's get right into the PACO Rabanne XS. It's this one right here. I think my bottle is about 5 years old. It's not the original composition, but it is definitely an older one. And the bottles are really cool on the XS. They're like these little flip tops, like cigarette lighters, like the Bics. Not Bics, are they called Bics? No. Sippos, there we go, Sippos. And we're also gonna spray it in just a minute, but it's only fair to go over the history of PACO Rabanne a little bit since we did with Creed, in case you didn't know. So PACO Rabanne is a fashion designer from Spain. He has created fragrances like 1 Million, Invictus, and of course XS. There are about 100 or more fragrances in PACO Rabanne's fragrance line. He is a designer. Some of the perfumers that PACO Rabanne has worked with are Olivier Cresp, Olivier Polge, and Olivier Peugeot, which that's just the Oliviers. So he's got a whole lot of them that he's worked with. That's just the Oliviers, okay? So imagine. XS by PACO Rabanne was launched in 1994. So right off the bat, we can tell that the fragrance is about 8 years before Himalaya. So it is very well possible that the House of Creed took inspiration from Excess and PACO Rabanne. And they are very, very, very similar. The top notes in Excess are bergamot, rosemary, mint, lemon, tarragon, and mandarin. The notes in the middle are juniper, Brazilian, rosewood, sage, bourbon, geranium, and coriander. And in the base we have sandalwood, musk, amber, oak moss, vanilla, cedar, and patchouli. I think for the price, PACO Rabanne's Excess is an exceptional quality fragrance for a really good price. And in the air, as you walk by, the scent trail is going to be almost indistinguishable from Himalaya. I think only as it dries down and becomes a skin scent for intimate encounters, I think Himalaya is going to win it. As far as everyday wear, there's nothing wrong with wearing Excess. It smells great and they're very, very similar. Himalaya just has a bit more of a natural feel than Excess. So if you have the money to go and spend on Himalaya and it's not a problem for you, that's great. If not, $35 for Excess. If you like that kind of scent profile, it's also nothing wrong with it. It's a great scent. It's a lot like, let's see, it's a lot like Creed Original Santal and, excuse me for a minute there, and Mont Blanc Individual. They smell very similar. It's a lot like these two. And you can save yourself some money by a similar scent profile. As for me, I'm happy to have them all. I'm happy that I have the Excess, and I'll probably even go out and will get myself the new edition just because it's a little bit fresher smelling and, you know, I like fragrances. I'm also very happy to have Himalaya. It's a wonderful fragrance and it is quickly becoming one of my favorites from Creed because you can wear it all year round. And I really love the dry down today. All day long I was getting some whiffs of it and I was like, wow, this is really nice. But then again, I love the way natural ambergris dries down on my skin. That was my comparison between Himalaya from Creed and PACO Rabanne's Excess. If you got anything out of this, please consider subscribing. As always, I'm Peter from Scent Trail. I'm glad that you were here. Until the next time, I want you to take good care of yourself. Always smell nice, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, Scent Trail.